What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to a brand new episode of Maximus the Fourth. What I have to you guys' left, in my right hand, is a vintage bottle of Pepsi Cola. And what I have to you guys' left, to you guys' right, in my left hand, is a modern day bottle of Pepsi. Title of today's video is going to be what would happen if you drink a 1965 bottle of Pepsi next to a modern day fresh one. Today, I'm going to be undergoing a taste test of this old vintage Pepsi Cola bottle next to this modern day Pepsi bottle. I will let you guys know exactly what I think and what it's like to drink a very old bottle of Pepsi next to a modern day fresh one. But before we get into the taste test, let's talk a little bit about this vintage Pepsi Cola bottle. So, when I was first looking for a vintage Pepsi Cola bottle, or just Pepsi, whatever you want to call it, I'm very glad that I looked over all the pictures and read the description very carefully before making my move, because there actually have been remakes of Pepsi bottles. And if it is a remake, on the back, it will say reproduction copy. Now, while there is as it appears, there is no specific date that is on this bottle. It is so old that it's probably been wore off. I wanted to make sure that this was a legit old bottle. And taking a look at it, first and foremost, you can see that the label, it definitely has quite a bit and a little bit of a faded color. Not too much, but if you look very closely, you can see very small wear marks that are on this label. It's so little that you almost can't even see it at all. Like right here in the P, you see that little mark right there? There it is. That's all. That's wear and tear from the bottle. And that is a piece of the label, a little tiny piece that's missing. When you look at the top of the cap right here, you can see that most of the print is gone. Even the cap right here, there's a big chunk of the metal that's missing. With that artwork on the cap being gone, that's probably years and years worth of storage and handling. But what really gives it away is this. While I cannot prove the exact year of this bottle, what I can tell you is right here, this is a very, very good sign. It says franchised bottler, Pepsi Cola Bottling Company, Flat River, Missouri. Pepsi Cola. Okay. So I can tell just by looking at this that this bottle is at least from 1965 or earlier. That makes this bottle at least 58 years old. And here's why I know this. Franchised bottler, Pepsi Cola Bottling Company. That means PepsiCo, as we know them today as PepsiCo, they were still going under the business name of Pepsi Cola. The reason why I know this bottle's from 1965, because they were still going under the name of Pepsi Cola, is because in 1965, Frito-Lay, that chip snack company, merged with Pepsi Cola. In that same year, Pepsi Cola changed their official business name from Pepsi Cola to PepsiCo, as we know them today. So that right there is complete proof and confirmation that this bottle is indeed at least 58 years old from 1965. And it very well could be even older than that. So we're going to call this a 1965 bottle of PepsiCo. And that's all I have to say about this bottle. It is time to undergo the taste test. Ladies and gentlemen, what would happen if you drank a 1965 bottle of Pepsi next to a modern day fresh one? Let's get into this. And guess what, you guys? I finally have a bottle opener. Here we go. Oh, so much easier. Ooh. Oh, that's disgusting. Got my good old glass of water here. That way we can do the good old palate cleanse to make sure the vintage bottle of Pepsi and the new one flavors are not intertwining with each other. So let's give this a shot. 1965 Pepsi, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so right off the bat, again, this absolutely has that aged sugar taste that I remember with so many old other vintage bottles of soda that I've drank. Definitely smells like it's aged, no doubt about it. Let's give this a go. Wow, what an experience. Take a look at this cap real quick. You see that gunk? Kind of disgusting, but whatever. That is quite an experience. So this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is actually not half bad. You still can detect, I think, that is Pepsi, but the age that this bottle actually has with the soda is actually not half bad. Hmm. The only thing that really comes to my mind is just imagine a very fine aged piece of fruit. I mean, very aged. A taste that you know for sure you're not going to get unless there is a ton of aging. I would say the closest thing that this probably tastes like is a blueberry, a very aged blueberry. Very, very interesting. Great experiment. A very aged blueberry. Let's try this modern day fresh bottle. Here we go. Palate cleanse is all done. Here is the modern day fresh bottle. Here we go. Oh, smells so good. Smells just like Pepsi. Let's give this thing a try. Oh man, what a difference. What a difference. Definitely tastes like Pepsi. But what I can tell you is that drinking the 1965 bottle or older one first, and then taking the palate cleanse and trying the modern day one, it actually does, I feel like it does off put the original flavor of Pepsi a little bit. Let me take just a few more sips of this Pepsi. It's not bad, but I feel like it would definitely taste better if I just drank this by itself. But that's what these experiments are all about, you guys. You just never know what's going to happen. Still tastes very decent, but as far as being able to deep dive into the dynamic of the original flavor, I can't do it because of this vintage bottle that I already drank. So at the end, ladies and gentlemen, what would happen if you drank a 1965 bottle of Pepsi next to a modern day one? Well, the original bottle of Pepsi, it does taste like a very fine aged piece of fruit, closest to a blueberry more than anything. So there's that. And then once you switch over to the modern day fresh bottle of Pepsi, you can still taste that it's Pepsi, but it definitely changes the overall flavor of what it's originally supposed to taste like that you can't get unless you just drink this by itself, even after doing the palate cleanse. I think I will down this entire bottle right here. Or will I? I don't know. I was thinking about doing another review. Oh my gosh. Make up your mind, Maximus. Heck with it, let's do it. Heck yeah, I did it. Alright, you guys. That's it. I thank you guys for watching as always. Maximus the Fourth here. I am signing out, and I will see you next time.